Hi guys, it's Uga and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking to you about 10 books that I want to read till the end of the year. Yes, the end of the year is almost there. I did my 5 series. I want to at least read one book or finish this year. The link is up here. But now I want to talk about 10 books that are pretty much standalones or starting of a series that I really want to start still this year. But before we start this list, don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe if you like my content. It will help a lot to grow this channel and to boost this project. So let's start with the list. The first book I want still to read this year, and I will definitely read because I will start buddy reading with Spencer from Sphinx Reads and Jesse from Plot Twist with Jesse, is The School of Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. Sorry for the name, but it's a 6-book series about. I read the first one years ago, but I don't recall a lot of the stories, so I could binge the series. So we'll start together. It's about a world where I don't know if it's every year or some years. 2 persons are taken away and they go to the School of Good and Evil to becoming heroes and villains. So the School of Good creates the heroes and the princesses. The School of Evil creates the villains. And we have our main characters, which is Sophia and Agatha. And one of them is very, I don't know, I think Sophia is very princess, blonde, beautiful, cute, believes she's a good person. And Agatha is very dark, like a little bit of emo, likes to be on the graveyard, very grumpy. And when they are kidnapped to these schools, they end up switching places as they believe. So Agatha is on the School of Good and Sophie is on the School of Evil. And the plot divides from there. I remember the first one ended in a way, but the series has now 6 books. I'm really excited to buddy read with them. If you want to join us, just tell me and I will add you to the conversation so we can buddy read. We are on Discord and it will be a lot of fun. We'll be buddy reading more or less a book a month, but imagine if one month one of us can't, we just move. It's a free buddy reading, and especially because the movie comes out next year on Netflix. The second book I want to read, and this is also a series I want to start, is Scythe by Neal Shusterman, which I have here. The Arc of Scythe by Neal Shusterman. I heard great things. Jeremy really loves the book and he always saying, oh, you should read it. And yes, I will plan to read this still this year. It's not a big book now that I see. It's like 400 pages and it's very floppy. I liked it. I don't know what it's about, but it's about a perfect world where people don't die, and we have these professional Scythes, and Citra and Rowan are chosen as apprentices of Scythe, and they have no option than to learn the art of killing, and then we comes the responsibility of choosing the victim. So I think it's a very good story. Everyone really loves this series. It's a very popular one on BookTube, and even Neal Shusterman's books are very popular, even the new one. So I'm really excited and it sounds really good. I have the trilogy. Here's the second and the third. It's here. So yeah, I will definitely start it this year and maybe finish next year. The third book I plan to read or I really want to read this year is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I heard amazing things about this. This is an Arthurian retelling, or it's an inspiring authoritarian. So we have our main character Bree, who after her mother is killed, she discovers she has magic, and he has a lot of different types of magic because of the bloodlines of the legends of Arthur. So we have a lot of different magic systems. I heard sometimes could be a little bit complicated, but definitely a very good story. People say it's very interesting for a YA and sometimes being a little bit too adult, and I really liked it. I thought it was brilliant and I really want to pick this book still this year. The fourth book I plan to read this year, and I put it on my TBR like 3 times, is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Schwab. I love the Dark Shade of Magic series. I put it on my TBR, but I never read it because all it passed to the other month, and this month I wasn't in the mood. But we all know about these stories about Addie LaRue, who makes a deal with the evil identity, so she becomes immortal, but is always forgotten by everyone. She can make a connection, she can write things, so she's very forgotten. But when she arrives at the present day. She discovers a person who really remembers her, and things starts to unveil from that. It's a very interesting book. The concept is very good, and I really like the Schwab writing style, so I'm really excited for it. Everyone seems to love it, and I'm really excited. By the way, did you saw the new edition? It's gorgeous, and if I love it, I'm making it a hand on that special edition because it's just gorgeous. The fifth book I want still to read this year, and it's a new release and I bought it on Kindle, is Fire with Fire by Destiny Soria, and it's about two sisters who are trying to kill dragons, but one of them bond with a dragon, and she understands that dragons are not as bad as people think, and the other sister doesn't believe, and so they come a little bit of a war between them. But from the description, someone in the back is pulling the strings, so you have a puppet master basically playing with all the chess pieces on the board. It's very interesting. It is a story of dragons. Why could I love stories of dragons? And the cover sounds awesome, description sounds awesome, and has dragons. Like, please. The next book I also plan to read this year is In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. It's up here, but I cannot take it. It's like stuck a little bit. And it's Logan already read it. He loved it. He says it's a Little Mermaid retelling, which I found very interesting. Not gonna lie, but it's about a prince who is locked in the castle because he has like some sort of magic, but he comes to his coming of age trip, and he stumbles to someone. To another guy, so it's a male romance, which I loved, of course. And they get separated, but when they arrive at land, they see each other again, but then the prince is kidnapped by someone who's trying to overthrow the kingdom. The guy has to try to save him. Sounds very cool, and it's a Little Mermaid retelling. I love Little Mermaid. It's one of my favorite movies. I rewatched it, both of them, like a week ago. Now, I wanted to pick classics at least once a year. I want to read one classic, and for this year I picked Rebecca by Daphne DuMaurie. I heard great things, being a gothic story, the setting, everything from Murphy loved it, and I really trust Murphy's opinion. Jojo found it a little bit weird, but that's what I like it, and the story sounds really cool. I have a very old edition in Portuguese, but I really want still to read it. Maybe October for spooky things will be a great month for that. And yeah, the eighth book, and this is not a book, it's the rest of the series, so I maybe included, but I already started. It's Sailor Moon or Pretty Guardian Soldier Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi. I read 2.5 volumes, which comprises the first arc of the series, so the Dark Kingdom arc, or Dark Kingdom arcs, just that. But the Dark Kingdom, which is the first season of the TV show, and I was really excited to continue to watch the anime to see the difference, especially with the 90s, because the 90s is very different from the Sailor Moon Crystal. So I want to compare both, see the difference, talk to you about what I thought. Reading a manga is my first manga reading, and I really wanted to finish the series, continue at least with the second arc, which I think is called the Dead Moon arc. But I think so because it's the Dead Moon clan, so I'll believe it's the Dead Moon arc. It's one of my favorite arcs there, so I'm really excited to continue at least for that arc. The ninth book I want to pick for this rest of the month, and I probably will read it next month, for September Thrills, which is a project from Dora and Tininha, and it's I'm Traveling Alone by Samuel Bjørk. This is a very good thriller, and Dora, it's my goddess for thrillers. She loves everything that is very dark, very grim, very horrendous, and she loved this book. So I'm really excited to read it, to see what it's about. I already have the third on the series, it's missing in the second, but I don't know what it's about. I like to go to my thrillers blind. I just know there is very grotesque, very good, and it's an amazing thriller. So it's everything I need to know. I don't know anymore from this. I know it has one of the things that Dora most likely is like police officers with drinking problems or with problems or certain types. So it's great characters or characters with a lot of problems, so I really like that, and yeah, I really want to pick this book till the end of the year. And the last book I want to read till the end of the year is a romance, and it's The Flatshare by Beth. I read last year The Switch, which was her new release at the time, and I found it was okay. It wasn't bad. I thought the characters were interesting, but the resolution, I didn't like it for one of the characters. I thought it was a little bit of cliche, the things that were done, and I was like, oh, please don't do that. But I really want to pick Flatshare, and Flatshare is about a boy and a girl who share the flat, as it says on the title, but they share also the bed, because one works on the day and sleeps sleeps at night, and the other works at night and sleeps on the day. So the apartment only has one bed, so they share, and they start to communicate by sticky notes on the fridge, and that sounds really cute. Yeah, a lot of people loved it, and I'm really excited to pick this up for maybe a winter December vibe, cozy romance stories, really for that. So guys, these are my 10 books I want to read till the end of the year. Tell me in the comments which one are you most excited to me read about, which are the books you still want to pick till the end of the year. I would love to know that. Yeah, if you reach this far, don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you like my content, so it will help me grow more. Yeah, I post videos every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!